Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Good evening to you, our brave and the good people of Ambazonia. If any of you have ever doubted what this generation is capable of, if any of you have ever contemplated whether you need to give up, if any of you have ever questioned whether we will succeed, or you've ever thought if Cameroun will eventually pack out of Ambazonia, what our forces, what the Ambazonian forces demonstrated in Donga and demonstrated in Fako yesterday should give you an additional boost of belief and confidence in the strategy. Let me start by thanking all Ambazonians who participated, who made financial commitment on Saturday towards the fundraiser to honor the Supreme Commander of Ambazonia Defense Forces, General Effa. Your dedication, your commitment, your trust, your belief in the Ambazonia Governing Council is very much appreciated and honored. The Ambazonia Governing Council raised $17,000 in 3 hours during that fundraiser. The developments that are taking place on the ground are immeasurable. The pressure on Cameroon, it's unbearable. The assaults and the offensive actions that are being carried out by our forces against Cameroon occupation institutions, against Cameroon occupation military, against Cameroon occupation governance administrators are unbearable. The cost of the occupation is unbearable to Cameroon. A few days ago, our forces in Donga burned down the purported reconstruction equipments worth hundreds of millions of dollars of CFA. Yesterday, our forces in Fako, the Mountain Lions, in Ambazonian's capital, demonstrated full authority and control in enforcing the ghost town. What Mr. Biya didn't know, the war he declared on the Ambazonian people, his best friends, the beneficiaries of the occupation, the top colonial CPDM elites are also now paying the price of Mr. Biya's foolish war. It's no longer the Ambazonian people that are bearing the brunt of the war. CPDM inner circle, the inner core of the regime, is also paying the price. During the operation yesterday in Moliko, Biya, a top CPDM official, the nephew of Peter Mafani Musonge. You all know who Musonge is. Musonge is one of the architects of the occupation. Musonge is one of the core pillars of the CPDM genocidal party. Musonge is the former colonial prime minister. Musonge is also the chair of the purported bilingualism and multiculturalism fake commission. Musonge is the epicenter of occupational governance in Ambazonia. Yesterday, during the Mountain Lions action in Biya, the nephew of Peter Mafani Musonge was eliminated during that operation in Biya. The Musonges are now in tears, as we've heard from the inner circle of the family. There's, as they call it, cry die. Right? They are all in pain. Mr. Musonge has been crying since last night. And from what we also, the intel we had, is that he's been making several phone calls to his best friend, Mr. Paul Biya, telling Mr. Paul Biya that the war is unsustainable, that the cost of the occupation is too high, that members of CPDM elites, that their own inner families are now paying the price of the war. And so it cannot go on as usual. And Mr. Biya should look for a political solution that obviously the Bilingualism and Multiculturalism Commission has failed to do what Mr. Biya intended. And therefore, Mr. Biya should seek for a solution through dialogue with what they call the separatists. That's some of the intel that is coming from the Musonge's family. Peter Mafani Musonge is begging his best friend, Mr. Biya, to get into dialogue. Why? Because when they declared the war on the Ambazonian people, their goal was to dispossess our people, push our people out of the land in order for their family members and their friends to reoccupy the land and take over the land. They have become victims of Mr. Biya's senseless and stupid and foolish war. Now it is Musonge who is begging for dialogue and negotiation with the separatists. Ambazonians, there is a lesson here for all of you. The more you take the war to those that declare war on the Ambazonian people, the more they will beg to leave Ambazonia. That's a big lesson for all of us. I cannot emphasize enough. The cost of occupation is unbearable. Our strategy has bankrupted Cameroon. Now they are experiencing economic blackout. Worst of all, what they never expected is happening within the regime. The regime has been divided into factions. There is massive infighting going on as to which of the faction will eventually take over power in Cameroon. The regime has collapsed. It is crumbling. For anyone, including CPDM colonial elites that are still in the Ambazonia territory, there is no hope for any of you. There is nowhere you can hide. There is no saving grace. France is not coming to save you. America is not coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save the regime. The regime is unsalvageable. You can't salvage it. You can't solve the problem. You can't fix it. It is coming to an end. It is imploding. The end has come. Ambazonia has prevailed. The Ambazonian people, their resilience, their patience is paying off. Fellow Ambazonians, the war wey Mr. Biya declare am for you, the war wey Cameroon declare am for you, if any person be doubt whether we will succeed, if you be ever get a question for your mind, if you be ever doubt, she down for some place and ask and say, this thing go work so. It go work so. We go succeed. Cameroon go ever pack out of Ambazonia. If you be ever ask yourself those questions, if you be ever think like that, then the events of the last few days, they be very promising for rebuild your confidence, for give you a sense of certainty. The cost of the occupation, it be unbearable to Cameroon. She don't find so that I really project this energy. The Cameroon government enough bear the cost of the occupation anymore. Their fake reconstruction where they say they want make for inside Ambazonia. They work now for small corner them. They not fit go back for IMF. They not fit go back for World Bank for give them additional money other than the small budget where IMF they give them every 3 months for them for keep the government running. The fake reconstruction where they want try for do one. They go borrow now 100 million for a year, 20 million for a year, 2 million for a year, 50 million for a year, 1 billion for a year. The money not there for Cameroon for sustain the occupation because of the high cost where we don't impose on them. The occupation not be sustainable. The action where our forces they carry them out for Donga, for disrupt, for stop, the fake reconstruction project where they be doing. That action is send a shock message for La République. The Cameroon presidency shake. Their military, they shake. The governor, Lele Lafrique, is shake. The Cameroon government, just a few minutes of action where the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they carry them out, where they burn down those construction equipments. The Cameroun government, it lost hundreds of millions of CFA. They cry because the money where they borrow them, and for a few minutes of operation, hundreds of millions, hundreds, because each of those equipments, they worth hundreds of millions. The Cameroun government, it cry. It not end for day. Yesterday, as soon as see him for inside Ambazonia capital, the place where they occupy, it thinks say he over strong pass. The place where they occupy, thinks say he get control and he get power. The Ambazonian forces, where they call them the mountain lions, the ghost town enforcement operation where they carry them out for block the highway and then for block Moliko yesterday for enforce the ghost town. It send another signal. Say the regime, it lie to itself. It send a signal to Cameroun, to Diongute, to Musonge. Say their deception, it don't come back for them as fake people. They only do na propaganda. The actions with the mountain lions carry them out yesterday, it don't teach a powerful lesson to Cameroun and to the Musonge family. The people who are then they benefit from the occupation, the people who are then they control the occupation. Yesterday, Peter Mafani Musonge, the family, they become a big victim of their own war where they declare them on the Ambazonian people. Peter Mafani Musonge, his small brother, he Pekin, who as with the year, say that they call it Derek Musonge. The Ambazonian forces for FACO, during the enforcement of the lockdown operation, they ambush their moto and Derek Musonge, he became a big victim of Paul Biya, a war. The war, Ambazonia don't send the war back to the sender. The people, they declare war on the Ambazonian people, now then too now, they get cry die for their house. Not be not only Ambazonian mami, not be not only Ambazonian families. They go pay the price for Mr. Biya war. The Cameroon government, it also pay the price for Mr. Biya war. Peter Mafani Musonge, Mr. Biya war, it don't enter now inside the Musonge family. The people where they talk saying that they get CPDM, the people where they talk saying that they get Cameroon, the war too don't enter inside their own house. Now themselves they cry. Since last night, Peter Mafani Musonge don't cry so this afternoon, they say don't make more than 4 phone calls to Mr. Paul Biya. The tell Paul Biya say this war not fit continue. Mafani Musonge now he go tell Paul Biya say this war not fit continue. For the last phone call with Mr. Musonge, he get on Paul Biya. Would hear say Mr. Musonge, the tell Paul Biya say Paul Biya must speed up the process for get into dialogue with the people who they call and say secessionists and separatists. A very important message this to everyone. If the war fee affect Musonge, what about a Shidno white last counselor who never even get even Tubu for camp protected? If the war fee affect a person like Derek Musonge, we get bees and gendarmes with the protectee. What about you A shit no white blast colonial mayor will not even get mosquito will if he protect you. What about you, a sub-delegate or a delegate? We never even get arata. We if he be for your corner for protect you. If the Musonges, the people with the knock hand for chest, say that they get Cameroun. If not then now that they cry. Now wait till you think say go happen for you. A nobody who you call yourself a small councillor. A nobody like you a mayor. Where you not even get small rat. Where if you stand for your corner like bodyguard. If not the Musonges, they don't they cry. Say the war be unbearable. What about you? If he affect Musonge, a whole former prime minister, a whole chairman for the Bilingualism and Multiculturalism Commission will be now in charge for end this war. Muna keep in mind, the Bilingualism and Multiculturalism Commission now the second strategy where the Biya government be put them in place for end the war. If the man will be in charge of that commission, a former prime minister, it get cry die. It cry. If Musonge fi cry, what about you? What about when they carry when they send up for small villages as occupational administrators? What you una think say go happen for all una? For these crimes, we una don't commit them on our people then. What you una think say go happen for all una? For this genocide, we una stand hand in hand with Mr. Biya for commit them on our people then. Just for remain as occupational beneficiaries. What you una think say go happen for una? If the war fi reach the Musonge family, Musonge they like the next person to poor Biya. The war don't reach poor Biya himself. The message it be loud and clear. There is no escape for anyone, regardless of who you be think say you be. Because now, you know so you be nobody. Because if the Musonges, they feel become victims of the war. If the Musonges, they feel the cry. Now you know place where you belong. You know say your own days they be numbered. You know say your own time. It just be as close as your next air with the breather. If the war feel reach poor Biya in next in command. Una no play with Ambazonia. This generation, we effort, it lay blood, it lay a life for freedom. The occupation will come to an end. Now the promise of this generation, this Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, where he laid down and invoked the people their right for self-defense and inspire every soldier on the ground. The ideology where it create all the soldiers on the ground. It be tell we say one of the core key strategies now for intensify and increase the cost of the occupation. The reason why they did it now for benefit from the occupation. when you make the cost of the occupation higher, when the occupation becomes more expensive than the benefit, then it becomes bad business. Bad business. And for the place where it is now, the business will be run on deficit. It be unsustainable. No business where it is run on deficit, it be sustainable. Ambazonia now a black hole for colonial investment. All the money where they borrow from IMF and for all the private small bank them, enough is sustain Cameroun their occupation. Because the way we will spread the resistance, La République they pay price for all sides. They believe say when they kill Efang, the resistance will come to an end. 2 days later, Donga woke up, he give them the biggest slap for face. 3 days later, Fako woke up, he give them the biggest punch for backhead. Not ever doubt Ambazonia. Not ever doubt Ambazonia. The promise we'll make them, we'll keep them on a daily basis. We say we must finish La République, we'll go finish them. We'll go teach Cameroon a lesson before the one pack out for the rest of their lives. They no go ever tamper with any other groups of persons. Because even the people of Cameroon, they go learn from Ambazonian defiance and resilience, and they go copy our strategies. What you don't do for Cameroon, it go forever alter the behaviors of regimes. The liberation tax, as the leader explained them to the Ambazonian people on Saturday, it don't do something will be very important for all we understand. For 7 years, the liberation be the float and function on subsistence. We do fundraiser, then we'll get small money for run the liberation. We do small campaign, then we'll get more money for fund the actions. Through those small strategies, we survive the liberation, we survive the forces until we get this breakthrough idea, this innovative idea, this miraculous idea of the liberation tax. The leader informed the Ambazonian people for the first time, the Ambazonian liberation, it get a full budget for run the liberation. The Ambazonian liberation, through the Ambazonia Governing Council, the Ambazonia Governing Council now get a full budget for set the liberation on. So there is no shaking of the operations. All we need for intensify the campaign for the resistance, because now the enemy don't drown. Now only he head it remain for outside. We get for push that head, make it sink. Now the place there the resistance there now. The enemy, La République, the government, it don't collapse. The infighting way it day, the money, they don't become bankrupt. The military, they don't know what to do. They still live on wishful thinking. They are fake reconstruction. How you feel reconstruct until we never construct them. Now only God you want sabi that kind stupidness. How you feel reconstruct something we they never ever construct them. Only that one now only we will leave them make psychologists, they enter inside Paul Biya head, inside the Ongute head, make he explain them for psychologists. Cameroun, their conceptualization of reconstruction. For construct something where they never ever construct them, and then you call and say reconstruction. Place them where they never ever take caterpillar, go put them there, make a dig road. They say that they reconstruct. Road where they never ever put one bag cement. They say that they reconstruct. You did reconstruct something we never ever fight war. Something we never ever rebuild them. So now only psychologists. We will take psychologists, they put that electrodes for Paul Biya head. And then they try for sample the erroneous, the faulty thinking of Paul Biya, their brain, where they upside down. That deception, it don't come to an end. All construction projects, where they use them for they do their propaganda for reconstruction, man, not talk anymore. What did this one mean? Would they on a solid foundation? Because one of the biggest problems we make, it causes a lot of infighting within the Ambazonian liberation political space. Now the issues of resource mobilization. Most of the infighting will be the same. It not be really been a infighting because some other movement, the one be this or the one be that. It be all na games for see who fit knock the other one out so that if be the only person who fit mobilize resources. And therefore, I be the person who survive politically. And then I be the person who go talk for La Republique. Wait till the Ambazonia Governing Council don't do them. Not be forget into any dirty political competition with any other movement. Will not be enough for destroy any other movement so that the egg of sea survive. The survival of the egg of sea, the reason why the egg of sea survive, it grow, it expand, it thrive, and it prosper in terms of the liberation. What I mean by prosper, progress. Now because we focus on La Republique and make La Republique was central focus. We focus on the strategy of La Republique and not for engage for small, nonsensical, destructive competition. Those competition then, within the internal competition, not destructive competition so that we not focus on the enemy. When the egg of sea not fall for the trap, for destructive competition, will be designed for distract us so that we not focus on the enemy, but we focus for internal useless debates. La Republique will win. We be understand the game. The egg of sea, it take all the energy, all what you get, and it channel them for focus. We dedicate ourselves now for battle La Republique du Cameroun. When we put our energies on Cameroun, the other internal agents, the internal spoilers, they not be get any choice than for turn and for start for fight among themselves. Because their target, it not target them. Now they get for target themselves. That's why they splintered and that's why they crumble. There is a lesson here for life for all when I learn them. There's a lesson here for life. And if you learn that lesson, then you will know the power and importance for you for stay focused on what you talk say you want them out of life. The devil will always be for distract you. The devil will recruit agents for distract you. The devil will recruit spoilers for distract you. The devil will recruit a jam provocateurs for distract you. And God will test you whether you go pass the test for remain faithful for remain committed, for remain focused on waiting. You don't ask God, say you want do them, you want achieve them, and you want create them. When you take your eyes off the objective and the purpose, the enemy, it don't control you. You're not being controlled by faith. The Ambazonia Governing Council were disciplined for stay focused because we study leadership psychology, because we study human behavior, because we know the games of the enemy and the internal spoilers. We understand the power of the mind and the power of leadership. The goal of leadership, now say you must pass the test of temptation. No matter how they tempt you, you stay focused. We don't succeed, we don't survive, we thrive. And because of that, the liberation, they on a steady path. I want to ask all Ambazonians, for any person who will be ever doubt this liberation struggle, you don't see what tenacity, you don't see what resolve, you don't see what commitment, you don't see what dedication. Even when Mr. Biya, their agents, they call one names from morning till night. No matter how much they provoke we know the mission where God don't assign we for doing for our people them. We don't get the message where God don't give we for deliver them for our people them. We don't get the purpose where God don't assign we for this time for fulfill them for our people them. So when I tell Satan, the agents, including their number one agent, the one we just leave egg of see last year, when I tell Satan, the agent, say we'll be masters of the game. They fit scream one name from morning till night. We need to even hear them. Because we'll be focused for save our people their lives. We'll be focused for end Cameroun the occupation. When I tell La République du Cameroun they are devils and they are satans. When I tell them, say, in our perception of the liberation, they need to exist. When I tell them so, they feel call one name from morning till night. They go only become more stressed, develop high blood pressure, develop early aging, they develop sicknesses, all right? They become impotent, their life go scatter. We will stay on the path, will be anchored on high vibration, will be anchored on high energy of life, will be a purpose-driven people, will not be a gossip-driven people, will not be a commentary-driven people, will be a destiny-driven people. We're going to fulfill the destiny of the Ambazonian people then. So when I tell La République they are small mosquitoes, the small. La République need for recruit 100 times what they get now. Because they know it's not even start. No matter how they for our ear, we need even hear them. We need even know say they exist. The more we teach La République lessons, the only thing will be left of them now this small noise for WhatsApp and Facebook. May they go carry Musonge. May they go join Musonge, cry they die. So for all one of the Ambazonian people, the enablers, the traitors, the spies, they not fit dent this liberation struggle. Because waiting we don't vow for creator. Now forgive our people the dignity we don't steal them from them. Noise need to liberate the people. Commentaries need to liberate the people. all this noise for WhatsApp, toxic noise, poison. You need to liberate the people. Now Cameroon game will be immune. All right? Tell Cameroon, we be immune to their noise. We need to hear them. We need to affect we don't block them out. Because we're picking their lives. Now it matter for we. We're mommy their lives. Now it matter for we. When we woke up every morning, the question we ask ourselves, now what will we do today for speed up the process, for get Cameroon out of our land as quickly as possible? What will we do today for end the pain on our people? What will we do today for get our prisoners may be free? What will we do today? Now, which action will we carry them out today? Which strategy will we deploy them today? For make sure say our refugees they start come back for safe places. So, I call on all one. First, my thank you for the trust. My read on a message, please. Very important. My read on this message. And this. One family. We believe for the liberation tax. I tell you, what did they do yesterday? This family for October for 2023, they pay one family. It pays $673 for liberation tax. One family. When I hear for diaspora, Mami for ground zero, it tell it picking them for diaspora. Say each of them must pay their liberation tax. For October 2023, that's about 3 months ago, they are picking for five, this wa Mami and wa Papa, they picking them for diaspora. They pay $500, then $5 for their liberation tax. Then for ground zero, they pay 55,000 francs for 11 women them. Then they pay 50,000 francs for 5 man picking them. Every member of that family, both on the ground and for diaspora, they don't pay their liberation tax. Then yesterday, Papa and Mami for ground zero, they tell they're picking them over the weekend. They said they must be the example for the Ambazonian people then. They say make they are picking them for diaspora, they make sure they pay their liberation tax before the end of January. Yesterday, this family, all these Papa and Mami, they are picking them what they did for diaspora. They send their $500 for their liberation tax. The moment they send the $500 for their liberation tax, Papa and Mami for ground zero, they send 55,000 for 11 women then. All women then for that family, they pay their liberation tax from ground zero. The 5 man picking them for that family, they pay their liberation tax. One family. One family. For Big Mommy and Big Papa, una don't set the example of wetin Ambazonia be. Una commitment for this leadership, una trust for this leadership, una fit thank una enough for being like inspiration. Even when Big Papa and Big Mommy, you don't know how many more years they get them before they go. but the values of Ambazonia, the nationalism where they get them because of our country and the pain where them they don't live through since Cameroun take over our land. They take that knowledge, they take that pain for instruct and guide their picking them for do the right thing. Ma tell you now what Big Mami talk. When I ask Big Mami, say Big Mami, now how you manage get them forget all, not only you're picking them, but you are grand picking them with the day America and Canada and all parts of the world with the day them 5. Now which kind of advice will you give them? He say ask my picking. You see this La Republique. Every day when I see their armor car for window, my heart they feel like say one cut my chest. Every day when I see say that I don't hear say they don't kill one Ambazonia picking, I feel like say that my own picking were born from my belly. Now they don't kill them. We not sleep for night me and pa. The thing that they call all my picking them. Say make they do everything will be possible. Say Dr. Cho, he don't prove himself to the Ambazonian people. Say don't dedicate his life, and the people who don't bring them together, they don't stand for do the right thing for the Ambazonian people. Make will give them all the support where they need them. And Big Mami talk that. Yesterday, a sister sent me a message for Ground Zero. A sister sent me a message from Ground Zero. He said, Brother Asu, now with this, me and my man and picking them, would he watch you for television as you talk about our liberation freedom tax? At the year, a man, a voice back, say, salute Mr. Asu for me. Salute Mr. Asu. Mr. Asu, would he salute you? The sister say, the auntie say, Mr. Asu, would he call you so? Now for ask you, how will we go about for pay our liberation tax for this 2024? I want to wake up for this morning time. I don't get 2 more messages. One from a former fighter. He be a former fighter. He there for some other place now. He call. He say, brother, I beg. I be this person. I fight with Ivo. I fight for year. I fight for year. I fight for year. But we not be there. When that infighting become with the one staff for key soldier, then for Ground Zero, I be find way for run. I did for this place now. How I pay my liberation tax? The Ambazonian people then, they get eye for Siam, they get mind for feel things, and they get ear for ear. The truth and the honesty and the sincerity of the work, where would he do? It resonate, it vibrates across the Ambazonian territory. For we, for AGOFC, our goal now for sustain the resistance. For AGOFC, our plan now for sustain actions, now for sustain operations. We fit choke La Republique du Cameroun in a few months. If the kind action we want to see for Biya, the kind action we want to see for Donga, the kind action we want to see for Bamenda, we fit sustain those kinds of operations and actions across the Ambazonia territory. Make we jam La Republique from every corner. Any place where they want pass, the year boom, Amboka go down. Their police, they want chop for year boom, police they don't go down. They not fit resist them. Before they want see them, they go for year, colonial mayor don't go down. Councillors, they don't go down. Construction equipment, they don't be burned down. Council office don't go down for year. La Republique not fit sustain this resistance. It not fit survive. We must choke them. We must jam them. We must punish them. We must teach them. If we put enough pressure on La Republique, they go crack. What's it I mean by crack? They go beg for talk. And we go decide the terms of the talks. They go decide for talk. They go pack out of our land. If we put enough pressure on La Republique from all sides, imagine if what happened for Biya yesterday. It be happen for Mamfe, it be happen for Kumba, then it happen for Biya. Then would hear them for Mutengene, would hear them for Tiko, would hear them for Kumbo, would hear them for Bali. And then Bamenda the Hala from all sides would hear them for Kumbo. Who say thinks La Republique go run go? Who say you think La Republique go run go? So pay your liberation tax. Make you sustain the actions. Pay your liberation tax. Make you increase the number of IEDs and explosives and other things and one who will call their name for you. The more every Ambazonia it take upon herself or yourself for pay your liberation tax, the more we go increase our operational budgets on a monthly basis. That means say now we go start buying that big thing them, where they do the big things and when I want to see them. Because when they say when I overlike movie, no problem. The war on a part of it. We will deliver those things. So I call on you, call on every family, pay your liberation tax. If you don't know how to pay your liberation tax, well, almost every one of you now, when I get my number, no be so. Okay. Text me, leave me an audio. Say, Brother Asu, Mr. Spokesman, Mr. Inspiration, Mr. Jam Jam La Republique. Now how will you pay your liberation tax? Whether you did that for Equatorial Guinea, or you did for Gabon, whether you did that for Chad, or you did for South Africa, any place where you did, contact any official of the AGOFC, how you feel pay your liberation tax. The liberation tax, by the way, now only 5,000 for woman, and only 10,000 for man picking if you did for ground zero. If you did for Canada, for this other part, for Europe, Canada, America, France, all the other places, now only $100 for the whole year. If you did for Africa, for sub-Saharan Africa, now only $50. So it be doable. Make we use this 2024, push these demons out of our land. Because the only thing they get away remain na propaganda. The war get a price. The war get a cost. As you hear, last week, we lost our supreme commander at the cost of the war that on us. He lay life for you. Yesterday, the colonial military, where they work on intelligence, they send their spies, their traitors and enablers of network. And once General Rambo, he show step, they sound the alarm, they ambush it. There's a cost to the war. We'll be ready for it. We'll pay the price. We'll be free. But if we reduce the cost to us, on us, and for us, if we reduce that price, the faster, more all we will pay our liberation tax, and the faster we will buy the heavy materials. As the leader talk, he want to do a big injection of materials at once, where it will make a significant difference, and it will change the course of this liberation struggle. But we must sustain the operations. The monthly fundraiser now for sustained operations. The liberation tax Now for do the heavy lifting, for make a big injection of materials, the kind big materials we will know say that they be needed now for fight the kind war will be required at this moment. So I hope say our conversation on ongoing basis. If you get doubt, you get something, just come for me. If you need clarity, come for me. You need for know something, come for me. Whether you feel down and you need a boost, come for me. All right? We will boost you up, send you back out. For now, I want to thank all of you. And I want to thank the forces for FACO for the brave action, the defiance with the show. I want to thank our urban guerrilla fighters for the sacrifices. Shake, day. For waiting with the Siam, for the signs. Cameroun be so desperate. If I tell when I wait till it happen diplomatically, when I go start for laugh for Cameroun. The beast, La Republic be so desperate. La Republic now they don't go so low. Their morale don't finish, confidence don't finish. They be very desperate. The game don't end. We only need to strike them very hard for the tactical places, and then on the year. Like what happened yesterday for Biya, the fight, it only affect even the Musonges. There's a cost to this war. The people who declare war will bear the cost as well. The war will be unbearable. Cameroun of it bear the cost. As for we the Ambazonian people them, will be people them for chop fire. We don't vow. Never again say what people will be subjected to this level of dehumanization and shame again. Never again. It must come to an end. I thank you plenty for this time when I don't spend our way. We will talk for una tomorrow. When I get a good night. Or when I get my phone number, when I reach out to me as quickly as possible. We'll send una means for pay una liberation tax. And once you pay your liberation tax, you will get your liberation tax certificate. And it'll be very beautiful. Once you hold them for your hand, you see them for your phone. You see the honor and pride of this country who the builder. God bless you. We love you plenty. Good night. Oh man, before I go, make a bring una that video from FACO where he come yesterday. Myself now wow. Talk don't make me. I don't even forget for play una the video from FACO. Man, I know if you go and not play that video from FACO. All right. Give una the video from FACO. In fact, now 2 videos that come from FACO yesterday, right? 2 videos that come out yesterday. So make a bring una that video. Oh yes, here it is.
Go checkpoint life. We don't tell roads. Everybody go now so life. Everybody road life. Now boy begin them. You gonna find out but in this you need to jam. Fearless. Everybody road. Fearless. We need to fear no man for the roads. Yes. Life.
That's enough.
When I come. When you go checkpoint. When you go for your life. Checkpoint life. Who did it? When you go checkpoint life. We don't tell roads. Everybody go now so life. Everybody road life. Now boy begin them. You gonna find out but in this you need to jam. Fearless. Everybody road. Fearless. We need to fear no man for the roads. Yes. Life.
That's enough.
When I come. When you go checkpoint. When you go for your life. Checkpoint life. Who did it? Life.
So now this operation, this ghost town enforcement, I take out the Musonge. I know Sabi don't tell una good night, but make I just give una this small message. ghost town na a special commandment for this liberation. No violate am. Ghost town na a sacred contract between we and the one wey dey dey for prison. Like the ghost town na a contract of solidarity between the population and the one wey they don't go prison because of all we. Between we and the one wey they don't become refugees because of the liberation. Ghost town na a contract between the population and the one wey they don't burn their houses. Ghost town na a contract, a social, moral liberation contract where we don't sign am. So we go observe a day of collective defiance and resistance for show solidarity with the one way they stay for bush. With the one way they don't pay the ultimate price. How you think say a mommy or a papa or a family where they don't kill their pikin, they don't kill a sister, an aunt, an uncle, or maybe a child. How you think so that family go feel when you violate ghost town just because you be so selfish and so self-centered? You violate ghost town because you want to go about for go small business or for go about go drink mimbo. How you think so that family go feel? Ghost town a collective responsibility. So any man we think say he go violate and he go disrespect the one way they don't pay the ultimate price. He go abuse them. Abuse the one the way they stay for bush because of Ambazonia. Abuse the one the way they did for refugee camps because of Ambazonia. Abuse the one them where they did for prison because of Amazonia. And you think say you could disrespect them? The forces no go agree make it happen. They go enforce the ghost town. Any man or woman where you think say na dog born you, and you think say you go abuse our prisoners, abuse our mommy and our sister, they don't burn their houses, they stay under for bush, abuse our refugees, abuse the one way they don't die. A dog born you. Respect yourself. If you not respect yourself, you go end up as the Musonge. Because the way with the forces, they go to enforce this lockdown. The one way they die so that you fit live and be free. The one way they die for prison, they go prison so that you feel live and you feel be free. The one way they die for refugee camps, they suffer for refugee camps so that you feel live and feel be free. The one way they die for bush, they pay the price so that you feel live and you feel be free. Not abuse their sacrifices. Not abuse their sacrifices. Not abuse them. Ghost town, na ghost town. Na law of the land. So if the forces they catch you, na you sabi. As always, we love now. Good night. Everything we do for we for be free as a people. For picking them, or mommy them, or papa them. We love now. Good night. Okay, now una good night. Now una good night. Mm.
Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.